All right, guys, we are now recording. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is session number 5 of our Fall 2020 Success Series. We're so excited about this series. Our success coaches have done an excellent job this semester with these presentations. They really put a lot into them. And so thank you all for attending. And for any students that are on the line, thank you for being here. We will report back because I know several of you are receiving credit from your instructors, so we will report back to them your attendance on today. Again, these sessions are recorded, so you can always refer to our student success page, and I'll pull that up at the end of the session so you can see where you can go to get a lot of valuable information and to also see the videos that you may have missed. If this is your first time attending, we welcome you to the session. Today, our topic is set your goals on success. And our presenter is none other than Miss Lynn Becnel. As I said in her previous presentation, she was one of really the first success coach that we brought on in the college. And she has been definitely a valuable part of our team and has really helped us as we have formulated what the success model should look like. And so we definitely appreciate her and the complete success team and all of the wisdom and encouragement that they've been providing to our students. So we are excited to hear about setting our goals on success today. So we're going to go ahead and turn the floor over to Miss Lynn.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I'm really looking forward to today's success series, and it is on that very subject that Dr. Montgomery just talked about. I'm going to be sharing my screen while we get that started. It's on the topic of success. There we go. And let me just get to the next screen. So when we're talking about success and being successful, not just being a successful student, but being a successful person, because it's one and the same, right? We're all students and we're all people. We want to be successful in all the realms of our life. And the two key elements to being successful are establishing a goal and making a plan. In order to maximize your success, you will need to decide on that goal, break it down into small portions, harness the power of routine, which we're going to talk a lot about. And from those things, you're going to build your battle plan for success. I'm going to need your help on some of these topics. So get your creative juices flowing because I'm going to need some input on some of those things. In our last student success series that we had together, we talked about goals and how important goals are. And we talked about when you get in a car, you know where you're going and the route you're going to take to get there. And you use your gas and your time and your money, your valuable resources to get from where you are to where you want to be. And that is the exact same thing with life. In life, you need a goal and you need a plan for achieving that goal. The goal is sort of like your GPS. You put in that destination and then you map out your plan of how you're going to get there. Stephen Covey he wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and many other widely published books. And he said that you envision what you want in the future so you can work and plan towards it. When you have a goal, it makes your life richer. And as you achieve the different steps along the way, along that GPS route to achieving your goal, it makes you feel proud of yourself. You should celebrate those achievements, and it makes you stronger to achieve the next step in the goal. So if y'all could just turn on your microphones for just a quick second or type into the chat and share with us some of your goals, long-term or short-term. It can be, I'm trying to get my chat up right now. I'm sorry to say. It could be a long-term goal or a short-term goal. It can be small or big, but if you could just share one of those goals with us. I can't get my chat up, so I can't see it. So if anybody can help me with seeing what's in the chat, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, when someone does a chat, Miss Lynn, we'll let you know.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. Well, I'm going to share one of my goals with y'all just to kind of get you started. And that is that as a student success person, one of my main goals is to let every single person, every student in North Shore Technical Community College know that all of the student success people, all student services at every campus, I know them all, that they're all very caring people and they're completely committed to helping each and every student. So one of my goals is letting every student know that they can reach out to us at any time with anything that they need help with and support with, and we will be happy to help them. So that's one of my goals. If anybody else wants to share a goal, that would be great. You can type it in the chat if you don't want to turn on your microphone. Okay, well, think about what your goals are, because like we said, life without a goal is sort of like driving around randomly, and you want to think about what your goal is so that you can plan towards it.
Ms.
And then
Lynn, we have a couple of goals that just came through. Ari
awesome,
said that her goal is to get her high set diploma.
awesome, Ari, awesome. That's a fabulous goal.
And then Miss
Definitely.
Allie said, along with myself, she has a personal goal to lose some weight. Absolutely.
I'm with you, girl. I am
That's mine
absolutely
too.
with you. Totally with you. For sure.
And
Yes.
Miss Lynn, I would like to provide students with more opportunities at all of our campuses to participate in more course offerings and more program offerings. So that's one of my goals. And another goal is to also increase the ability, increase our students' retention rate. I want to make sure that our students are doing well in their courses so they feel confident and they feel accomplished so that they'll want to come back the following semester. So it's really important to me. And one of my goals is to get as many students back as possible to return in the spring.
Fabulous. Great. All of
And we
those are
have a
great
couple of
goals,
more
y'all.
goals. They're pouring in now, Miss Lynn. So Miss Cynthia Dennis says that she has a goal to also lose weight and to better herself. Miss Lizanne said that her goal is to make sure that no student feels alone and has all available resources.
Oh my goodness.
And I will say one of my goals in currently is to do more outreach, to reach out to some of our more at-risk populations and communities, to really bring all of the programming that we have to their front steps. A lot of times those individuals don't have access to come to us. So we're really working to, really the entire student affairs group is working to make sure that we're integrating in those communities a lot more to bring the resources to those populations. And then also some in-reach, some populations that we haven't touched as much, like adult education, really making sure that they understand that we're a support to them as well, and that all of these resources that we have are available to them. Ms. Gail Heidel says her goal is to enroll more veterans.
Awesome. Absolutely. Those are all fabulous goals, y'all. And you see how you have to think for a second? You really have to dig inside of yourself, into your heart and your soul and your mind and your body, to think, what are my goals? But it's really the starting place. You really have to stop and think, what's important to you? What do you want to accomplish? And think about what your goal is and write it down. And then the next step is to break it down into small portions. When you're breaking your goal down into small portions, you ask yourself these important questions. How much time do I have? What are my resources and where can I get help? What can I do today that will bring me closer to my goal? And what can I do by the end of the week that will bring me closer to my goal? So that's the small portions part, and it's a super important part to think about. Like if you decide you want to cure cancer, you're not going to be able to do that by the time you go to bed tonight, but you can take one small step. You can read a chapter about how the human body works. For example, whatever it is, if you want to be a teacher, a social worker, a welder, you've got to make a step tonight towards that goal before you go to bed, or at least decide what can you accomplish this week before the end of the week that's going to bring you closer to your goal. So we're going to delve a little bit deeper into ourselves and think about name some of those things that you can do before you go to bed or before the end of the week that will bring you closer to your goal. I'll throw a few suggestions out there to get you started. So if you like, you might say to yourself that you're going to put your cell phone away for at least 1 hour tonight and study and to really concentrate on your homework. Or it might be something, again, we're not talking about just being a successful student, we're talking about being a successful person. We all want to be healthier. Most of us have a few pounds we could shed. So it might be that you're going to prepare one healthy meal this week, and then that's going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to make all the people around you feel better. And that really is the definition of success. So, can y'all stop and think for a minute and share some of the things that you can do, the little small portions of things that you can accomplish this week that are going to bring you closer to your goal of success? And I wish I could see the chat, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong that I can't. So I have to depend on y'all to help me here again.
I think it's probably because you're in the share screen view that it won't
Uh-huh.
let you view the
Okay.
chat.
Okay.
But I'll read them to you if they come through.
Okay.
One of the things that I'm doing is I'm in the process of reaching out to some of our team members and talk to them about how things are going this semester, and asking them what I can do to help assist them and get them to reach out to students, their advisee list, and see what students have made appointments, which ones have not made appointments to be advised for the following semester, and talk to them about strategies that they can utilize to move forward in contacting and reaching those students, and encouraging them to reflect on their best path for next semester.
That's awesome. That's an awesome goal. If anybody has any to share, let me know, but I'm gonna call out a few just to kind of cause you to think, which really is one of our objectives here. How about I personally do a few points over the speed limit all the time, and it causes me stress when I'm rushing and I'm doing that. So you can think about things like I'm going to commit to driving the speed limit every day this week. That is going to reduce my stress level, which is going to ultimately lead to my being a more successful person. So trying to get you to think outside the box. It's not just about putting your cell phone away. It's things like I'm going to do every bonus point that's available to me. I'm going to do every assignment that's open in Canvas. I'm going to prepare that healthy meal. I'm going to do things that are going to reduce my stress. It might be that I'm going to commit to going to bed before 11 o'clock every night this week and getting a good night's sleep. Lots of things. I'm going to get up when my alarm clock rings with only one snooze and get my day started and get moving in the right direction. But it's super critical, first of all, to back up a second and think about what your goal is. But it's just as important to think about what are the small portions, the little things that I have control of, that I have power over, that I can accomplish today and this week that are going to bring me closer to my goal, make me feel better about myself, and ultimately lead to my success. It's the small portions. So think about that. I'm all about writing, y'all. I'm a visual learner, as we talked about with some of our other success coaches. So write down your goal and then write down those small portions, those small steps that you can take towards that goal, and then add to it all the time. Build on that plan. We're really talking about creating a plan. Remember,
Miss Samoa said that she's not going to let the political climate create tension between those she cares about, and she commits to loving everyone more. Cynthia wrote,
awesome.
I'm trying to actually sit down and take time to do my work and not just get distracted. And then
Super.
Miss Allie put that she's going to try to eat more vegetables and drink more water each day. Oh, that's a good one for me too.
Fabulous for
And
all of those, for all of us.
yes, and Ari put, for me, I'd like to study 2 hours a day. That's a great goal too.
That's a great goal, Ari. I'm so proud of you for doing your high set. That's a tremendous goal, a tremendous step forward. So hang in there and be strong with that. And I wish you the best with that. Remember that every small measured step that you take, every single one of these things that we're talking about, and if you spend some time with it and add to that list of those little things, Those little things that build up and change your life in positive, powerful ways, I promise you. So make it like sort of your life's mission and recognize those small things that you can do them. And then before you close your eyes tonight, say to yourself, you know what, today I said I was going to do XYZ. I did it. I feel so good about myself. You create that positive energy inside of yourself. It emanates from you to those around you. And again, that is the definition of success. So definitely focus on that. We're going to spend a quick second talking about time. That was one of the things in our list when you're building a plan and breaking it into portions, that you have to think about how much time you have. Today is November 4th. So we have the rest of this week, and then we have 2 weeks, and then we break for fall break and the Thanksgiving holiday. We come back to school for 1 week, and then we have final exams. So we have 5.5 weeks between now and the end of exams. And you just want to kind of keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about what your goals are and your small portions is, how much time do I have? Just wanted to bring that to light. Here's my invitation to you. Will you commit to doing at least one of the small portion goals that we've talked about every day, or even the ones we didn't talk about that you have in your heart? Will you commit to doing at least one of those things every day for the next 5 weeks, knowing that they're going to change your life in positive, powerful ways? If you can commit to one of those things that we've talked about, or one of the things that you know would move you forward towards your goal, can you just type yes in the chat box? Just in your heart, knowing that you're going to commit to doing that one thing every day for the next 5 weeks. Even though I can't see it, I'm hoping and praying that that chat box is filling up with yeses.
Yes.
And that you're
Several
reflecting.
yeses coming through. Yes, for sure. You've got a couple.
Absolutely. Every time you do one of those things, y'all, you make a commitment to yourself and you do it, and then you celebrate doing it, it makes you stronger. Then you know tomorrow when you decide what that one small portion is going to be, you have that strength behind you, that support and that foundation, because you know you achieved your goal yesterday. You're going to be able to achieve your goal tomorrow. You're building on your success. And we're going to talk about harnessing the power of routine. The more I have thought about this concept, the more fascinating it becomes. Things that we do by routine are effortless. So when you sit down in your car, what is the first thing that you do? Is everybody thinking putting on your seatbelt? Yep. You grab your keys and you put them in the ignition. You don't even really think about it. You just do it. Think about, like, as you're approaching a yellow light, a traffic light, you're automatically putting your foot on that brake and slowing down, or at least I hope that's what you're doing. Don't tell me you're speeding up, whatever you do. How about when you light the candles on a birthday cake? Are you singing jingle bells? Are you singing happy birthday? We don't even think about these things because they are effortless. If you're on the basketball court and I hand you a basketball, you're going to start dribbling. It's just things that we do on autopilot that we don't even think about. So they become so easy because we've done them as a matter of routine. So can y'all stop and think for a second and think outside the box and think of some of the things that you do that you don't even have to think about? It's hard. It's harder than you think, but it's powerful. It's a powerful concept. If y'all can give me a second of throwing out some things that you do on autopilot. How about when you bump into somebody in the hallway and you automatically say, "Excuse me," or when somebody sneezes and you say, "God bless you." A million things that we do out of routine. The things that you do first thing when you wake up in the morning, the last thing that you do before you go to bed. Can anybody think of some of those things that they're hard to figure it out because you just do them automatically?
Brandy put pray,
Pray.
and Harry put brushing your teeth, and Miss Allie put brush my teeth in the morning, and Cynthia put brushing my hair.
Absolutely. Things that are just so easy because we've done them so many times out of habit that they don't require a whole lot of effort. So we're going to correlate that into all a successful person. Sometimes it might be just putting things into a proper place at home so that you are not rushing around trying to find things that will help you establish that routine, including a study habit, a routine study habit in time. So if you pick out your spot, it could be in your room, in a library, at a coffee shop, at school, but if you pick out your spot where you study and you know that you're going to have all your supplies there and you figure out what time slot you're going to do that studying and you start building that routine study habit in time, before you know it, it will become so much easier. For some people, it's working out. You know, that's the thing that they do by routine, no matter what. Their alarm clock rings, they get up, they do what they're going to do, run or work out, whatever it is, and they start their day that way. Figure out your routine study habit in time. And just like strapping yourself into that seatbelt when you get in the car, you do it without thinking about it. Studying will become a whole lot more like that if you harness the power of routine. Okay, so now that we've talked about those three important concepts, we're going to use those to build our battle plan. Remember that we're trying to establish a goal and build a plan. So focus on your goal and never forget the reason why you're learning. It'll keep you centered and successful. Break your goals down into small portions of things that you can do each day and each week that move you closer to your goal. And recognize in regard to school, you've got 5 weeks to work hard and achieve this part of your goal, but be determined each day to learn and be successful. Keep your eye on that goal. Use the power of routine to make things easier. Recognize that studying is a skill, and just like every skill, you develop a skill by practicing, and what you practice becomes a routine, and anything you do by routine becomes easier. So develop routine study habits and times, and once you develop those, studying and learning will become easier, and instead of working harder, you'll be working smarter. I have some tips in there that we'll talk, if you have a chance to revisit this or watch this video again or refer some of your fellow students to watching the Success Series, you can tune into those tips. They have some important information there that I wanted to share with you. But the bottom line is what makes us successful as students or in life or in anything is establishing that goal, taking the time to sit down and figure out what it is, search your heart, and then making a plan to achieve it. If you keep pushing and stay focused, that hard work will pay off, and it will pay off every time in the small things and the big things. When the going gets tough, and it's definitely going to, so I think it's important as you approach every week, every semester, every year, there are going to be challenges and hardships. There are going to be things that happen. People are going to get sick. Cars are going to break down. There'll be tension at work or at home or at school, or sometimes it'll seem like all three. But things are going to happen, and you're going to have those challenges. And when they do, remember your goal. Hopefully you will have written it down. Refocus on it and make a plan. The small things, the small portions of that plan, remember those and focus on the things, the small things that you can do each day and stick to that plan. Will it be easy? Nope. But will it be worth it? Absolutely. So just want to remind everybody once again to always check into Canvas and Gator Mail. Use the resources under our library site of the website under Learning Commons. It's amazing what they've put together there. Visit our student success page and reuse all the videos there and the resources there to help you with your educational plan and your life plan. And most important of all, please always remember to reach out to us at Student Services if you need help with anything, if you have any questions, if you're struggling with anything. Like I said earlier, that's what we're here for. We want to support you in every way that we can, and you can reach us at successcoach@northshorecollege.edu. Whatever you do, stay positive. I believe in the power of the positive. Stay positive and keep your chin up. We believe in you, and you can do it. If anybody has any questions, I would love to see if I can field those questions. Now I can see the chat.
Yeah, you can see it now.
Now I feel better. Yeah, I want to thank each and every one of y'all. It's so hard to put yourself out there. Believe me, I almost have a heart attack when I'm doing these success series. It's hard to put yourself out there, but it's just so wonderful when y'all share things, whether you say it out loud on your microphone or whether you type it into the chat, because I can assure you that all of the rest of us relate to every single thing that y'all have added to the success series today. We've all experienced it or thought it or hoped it. So thank you so much for putting yourself out there and volunteering that information. It helps to inspire all of us. It certainly helps to inspire me. I appreciate it.
Hey guys, please feel free to ask any questions. The floor is open for questions. You can type them in, or you can unmute and ask your questions or make any comments that you may have.
Well, think about this, y'all. It's hard to make yourself stop and focus on what that goal is, but think about it. And it doesn't have to be, like I said, I used that example of curing cancer. It doesn't have to be earth shattering. It can be small. If you can't think about a semester at a time, think about the next 5 weeks, for example, or think about the next week and make a goal for the week and then break it into small portions, write it down. If you're that kind of person, I'm a write it down girl, like I said, but write it down and then check it off. The sense of accomplishment that you will have when you check that off your list, knowing that you did it, again, it will strengthen you, it will empower you. Then tomorrow you'll be stronger. You'll be better at identifying the goal in the small portions and achieving them. And it leads to success. There's no other option. It's the formula for success.
Cynthia was asking, what does it mean to have a takeaway? And so a takeaway is something that like you learn from the presentation or something that was said today that might stick with you to help you grow in the particular content that we're talking about, or might help you focus. And so that's what a takeaway is.
Absolutely.
And I like
mean,
Miss Lizanne wrote that she believes that when you take things in smaller portions, that equals less stress and it makes things more manageable. And I think that definitely is something that we all need to think about, because as students, oftentimes, you know, when you have midterms or finals or just, you know, lots of things, trying to juggle your work life and everything in with your academic classes and family and everything else, sometimes it feels like there's so much to do and not enough time to do it. And so what Lizanne said, if you take things one small snippet at a time in smaller portions and you focus and you can check that off your list and said, okay, I got this one now, I can move on to the next one. It makes things a little bit more manageable than looking at the whole. So I like that too.
Yeah,
But the only
more
way
manageable and
is
less
if you
stressful.
manage your time. So the only way that you can take it in small chunks is if you manage your time well. So
Right.
that pre-planning, making sure that you're starting things early, because the closer you get to deadlines or get to, you know, something needing to be done, the higher the anxiety level is, the more room for error because you're rushing. And so the way that you can best take it one bite at a time is when you pace yourself
Right.
through that process.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. Cynthia, go girl. I'm so proud of you. So important that in services all the time, anytime you have anything to ask.
All right, guys, do we have any other questions? All right, really quickly, again, I'm gonna show you guys our success series page. So you guys should be seeing it up on your screen, the website at least. All right, can you guys see the success series page now? All right, the success
We can.
page has been updated. So you will see today's session is there and the rest of the sessions for the month of November are there. All you have to do is come to this page and click on the link. It will drop you directly into the session, just in case you forget the email or can't find the email that was sent out to you all. Also, we've updated video archive to include the videos from our chancellor's town hall meeting. So those are there as well. Those are just snippets of the questions that students sent for our chancellor to answer and his responses to those questions. So if you haven't looked at those, take a moment to view those. I did send an email out to all students to, basically encourage them to come and look at these items. Some really good content there, and it's always good to kind of see what the leadership perspective is on pressing topics for students. So, and then also our Wellness Week presentations that we had earlier in the semester are there. The spring success videos, pretty much any video that we've done is on this page. So there's a wealth of information here for you. It also gives you this contact information for your student success coaches for each campus. So make sure if you missed any of the sessions or you need to go back and review any of the sessions on a specific topic, you forgot to write something down, all of those videos are available to you to go back and view at any time, okay? So if you guys don't have any more questions, great job, Ms. Lynn, as always. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We really appreciated the presentation and you did an excellent job on today. If you could, Ms. Lynn, hold tight on the call. Once everybody else leaves, I have a question for you.
Okay.
All
Awesome.
right.
Thank all of y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for attending today. Again, go to the success page if you would like to review this video or any videos that you have missed. Okay. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next week.